Bienvenidos a Radio Prensa Pobre. Welcome to KEXU 96.1 FM, the Poor People's Radio. This is Muteado Silencio, presente y me alegro. Mis palabras son mis balas, mi lápiz es mi arma. I welcome everybody to the folks out there in YouTubelandia. This is Muteado again, right here with the Purepecha Report. And I mean, I just want to, big shout outs, man. First of all, start that we as poor people navigating through this technology, right? That sometimes the powers that be don't make it accessible for our people. So I want to say, big ups to all the people who've been helping us, along the way, navigate, even just to get the YouTube live stream. Jonathan on rap, teaching us that you kind of need a little faster internet compared to the cheap little internet that we had, which was the slowest one ever built before. When he came to the speed of internet, but now we know, and so just again, bear with us. Also, big ups to all the people who helped us build the radio antenna. For those of you guys who don't know, we're also live on 96.1 FM. KEXU, the Crossroads, which is an antenna, built by the people for the people. Like my sister Tiny was saying earlier, we ain't getting no corporation funds. Ain't no CNN or NBC or Fox News. Tell us what to do or what to say, and censor us. And so I also just want to, pay respect for the people who make that happen. C-Tone, Diallo, Moose, Tiny, Tibu, in Israel, people who were literally building the antenna under the weather, under the rain, under the cold, to be able to build this beautiful movement that is a poor people radio station. Just like my Mama Dibu ever wanted, And one of the things that I wanted to touch on today, my main segment or theme, if you want to call it, again, as our sister Loa came the other day to visit Poor Magazine and speak about the climate change march that is happening September 8th, I believe, right here throughout the Bay Area. There's going to be several marches happening in San Francisco at the Embarcadero, starting early in the morning, I believe at 10 in the morning, which people want to gather and congregate to speak out about climate change, right? And for me, the focus that I want to put on is how poor people are sometimes the first impacted, but also not the first impacted, but sometimes also the last people that actually their opinions as about climate change, about solutions, right? We have these big nonprofits like Greenpeace coming and telling us what our communities need and how to heal from climate change. I want to point out just even, what happened to the Bayview, the Bayview shipyard, right? That I found out that it was, several years ago, it was infested with lead and different chemicals that were actually causing people that live there. Who was living there? Poor people was living there, dealing with that lead, dealing with those chemicals, right? They're first impacted. Now that they clean it up, now the yuppies and the hipsters are moving in, right? Because they cleaned it up and supposedly it's safe to live. The same thing I was reading, what happened in Arizona. In Arizona, this year so far, in this summer, about 32 houseless folks died because of the heat, right? The heat strokes. 32 houseless folks, again, who probably didn't have shelter, who probably were in the streets, and literally died, because of poverty and climate change. And again, they're the last ones, to get to get their opinions or to even get their insights about what's happening with Mother Earth and climate change. So again, I also was talking to my sister Tiny about there was a big convening that happened maybe 2 or 3 years ago in Brazil, and I think it was about the same issue. It was about climate change, and all these nonprofits were going to come and gather and talk about solutions. But again, they left our people, our low-income, poor people, out of the conversation. The beautiful thing that happened in Brazil, in that congregation about climate change, it was indigenous people, poor people. They made their own congregation outside the congregation to congregate without the congregation. So I think that's sometimes what we gotta do. You don't want to include us in the conversation, then we'll start our own conversation as poor people, as people being first time impacted by global warming and climate change. Also, we know there's a lot of island people, right? Which we already know they want to be the first impacted by the rising of the levels of the sea levels of the water. I was checking out this documentary, which forgive me, I don't remember the name of it, but he spoke about this island, where the water was risen and people were forced to leave their homes. Man, you're talking about homes where they have 6-7 generations, and literally had to move to the city to be houseless, to be living in a place foreign to them. This is people that grew up next to the water. These people that made a life by fishing. Literally, the ocean was their survival, right? And so when they were pulled out of their homes and then sent into the city, the concrete jungle, a lot of these brothers and sisters end up houseless, their families broken apart or separated, right? Again, first impacted because of the global climate and global warming. So again, just reminding those folks out there who work in organizations like Greenpeace and all of these, well-meaning, hearted organizations who really care about climate and global warming and Mother Earth, to really be conscious also of not leaving people out, right? Sometimes, definitely the U.S. is a first world country. These first world countries, it is funny, because first world countries are sometimes the most polluted. They're the ones who are polluting the rest of the world. Yet third world countries kind of have to take it and shut it and move it, right? And also are the ones who are always left out of the conversation when it comes global climate and what it is doing to our countries, what it's doing to our way of life. So yes, the same way there's indigenous people are left out a lot of conversations, right? We're the last, like what we have to say doesn't even really matter, don't even sometimes get acknowledged. So again, and for me, let's be real. If you care about the earth and about Mother Earth, let's also care about the human beings and the creatures that live on Mother Earth. Yes, everything is important, but I think everything's also connected. So, let's not, how can I put it? Let's not do all of our marching, in the city of San Francisco, where we walk over houseless brothers who got their camps, and literally we just marching, yelling about how the earth and how unjust it is, but don't even look and acknowledge our brothers and sisters who are houseless, in the streets, who are trying to survive. So it's all connected. Again, one land, one people, free the land. This is Muteado Silencio con voces de migrantes en resistencia. Speaking up, stay conscious, signing out. This is KEXU 96.1. Thank you.